when they pulled me out of the wreckage, I was laying there. It felt like I felt alone, and that's what I felt like. I felt alone that night. You know, the night before I had my discharge, I was like, I'm a soldier. I'm that. That's my job. And when I woke up, I wasn't. Yeah, it felt like I felt lonely, and I felt, yeah, that's it. What do I do now? I felt lost. My name is Peter Cosgrove. I'm 35. I volunteer for Models for Heroes, but I'm also a house husband. I served for 8 years in the 2nd Royal Tank Regiment as a driver and gunner on Challenger 2 tanks. In 2009, I was with a squadron from my regiment, and we were deployed on Herrick as part of the Armoured Support Group using a vehicle called the Viking, which was an amphibious snowmobile vehicle that was originally used by the Royal Marines. And our role was as an armoured support unit for Task Force Helmand. And at the end of my tour, we were doing one of our last op on the ground, and I was lead vehicle, and I was involved in an IED strike on my vehicle, which resulted in foot and leg injuries due to the blast. When I was a child, started off a very early age. It was a kit that my dad had, and he never built it. It was a Airfix Cutty Sark, and one day we just built it, me and my dad together, stuck together, no paint, you know, it was just loads of glue marks all over it, and we stuck it on the shelf, and then a couple of days later, my mum knocked it off the shelf and it shattered. That was my introduction to it. By the time I was a teenager, stopped it. Beer, girls, clubs, the usual. You know, you didn't want to say that your model mate because all the girls would go, "You're boring." And then I joined the army, and eventually, yeah. So the incident happened. It was a joke present for the Christmas I came home from Selly Oak, and I was given a big box, and in the box was a Revell 137 Tiger Moth, and inside there was the kit, but also a ticket to go flying in one, which goes back to just before I went to Afghanistan. My mum was going to buy me a trip in one, and I said no, I'll have it when I come back because I'm coming home. My granddad, Charles Harold Brown, he was in the Fleet Air Arm in the Second World War, so he was in the Royal Navy. He was an armourer, so he was one of the unsung heroes of keeping the aircraft in the air. The Sea Hurricane, which was one of his favourites. He always used to tell me about it, and the photographs I've got of him always show him with a Sea Hurricane. And a very particular operation, which the Sea Hurricane was Operation Pedestal, which was the major convoy in the relief of Malta in August 1942. I have no qualms of building something that was designed to kill. There might be the odd vehicle that I might not want to because it might bring back a memory, but I'm not afraid of giving it a go. I've got a couple of Challenger 2 tanks in my stash that someday I will build. I'll build them to how I remember it. I volunteer with Models for Heroes, and I volunteer not far from here in Aylesford, and I have a small little group who come on every month, and we sit down, we model mate, we have a bit of banter as the best, you know, that's what people in the armed forces are well known for. We like having a little bit of a giggle, and it's a way of socialising, you know, and we can all have a chat while bending a bit of plastic, really. Models Heroes gives a lot of benefits. It's a good way of socialising, meeting other people who are in the same boat, as you could say. You know, giving someone an idea to be creative. They might sit down, concentrate on building something, or take their mind off their problems. It's another tool in the toolbox, really, of coping. Over the last 2 years I've been with them, I've been able to give something back by volunteering and running a session. Years ago he was like, oh, he's got PTSD, right, we'll get rid of him, you're a nutcase or something like that. I think now people are accepting it. This, it's one of the traits of going to war, doing your job, seeing upsetting situations. It will stay with us forever in today's society, with not just the military, emergency service, anything, have dealt with a traumatic situation. It's bringing it to light that it's not a stigma, it's not something bad. It's what people live, it's what people are living with, it's a part of our lives now. So yeah, I think times have changed, and the message is getting put across. Yeah, I think in today's society, they see the hobby, they accepted it. I'll use my wife for example. She does knitting, sewing. It's exactly the same as that. She goes to her clubs, I go to mine. Having a hobby, and from history, quoting Churchill, it's good to have 2 or 3 hobbies. It makes you feel safe. I've now come to realise that there's people out there. There's the charities, Health for Heroes, British Legion, Combat Stress. They've all helped me get to where I am now. And the best part of it is family. They've accepted me now. This is Peter. He's changed, but in other ways there's still a little bit of the old Peter there. No, I didn't think I had a future because of what it can bring on. It's a sorry. Sorry guys. Models of Heroes, they've helped me in many ways. Helped me to meet fellow modelers, get out there as a volunteer and actually help fellow veterans who are in need of support. When I got flown back into Bryce Norton, I saw 2 Vikings on the flight pan being loaded onto a Galaxy transport, and that brought a tear to my eye. I don't want to just walk away from it. It's part of my life, really, and if that's there, that's there. I'll shed my tear, move on. I've grown up around all these vehicles and history, and it's something I don't want to just block away. I think it's something that a doctor or a specialist could prescribe to someone. If they want something to keep those bad days at bay, or to take their mind off it, I would say give it a go yourself, and don't knock until you've tried it.